good afternoon, good evening, good morning, no matter where you are in the world. How are you today? So, I was planning on making a little bit of an update because my departure date is getting closer than ever that is. Still a little bit to wait, but I feel like I won't be having that much time to make a video, or I'll have so much time that I'll forget to make a video. It's hard to tell because my exams are coming up in about 2 weeks, in exactly 2 weeks that is, and then after that I only have the one class online that I will be working on all day, and then once I'm done I will study my Japanese all day, every day, and I haven't been having a lot of time to study because of school, but now that that's out of the way, or the hard part of my semester is out of the way in my 12th grade as well, I can start focusing on what's truly important. I did book my flights. I can't quite remember if I mentioned that in my previous video, but yes, my books have been flight. My flights have been booked and we're good. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of important things that, you know, struck me when I was thinking about how I came to actually do an exchange. I've seen a lot of people who question on how you get the money to go to exchange, how much it usually costs, how I convinced my parents, just little things, and little tips and tricks that you might need to know before you leave at my exchange service. Didn't quite tell me, but it's more about like looking up Google or my dad saying a random question and then being, maybe I should look that up. So the first thing being is that to convince my parents, it took me 3 to 4 years to actually convince them that I could go on exchange. And then I explained it to him and to my father specifically, because my mother, I always knew I had her wrapped around my little finger. I knew that I could somehow manage a way to like convince her that going on exchange is a good thing. And eventually my mom caved in and gave in, and she's like, alright, you know what, you can do it, you're gonna stop. You either pick this or you go to university abroad, because you're gonna annoy us to the end anyway. So I chose to go on exchange, just because my parents said that they would pay half of my university if I did not go, if I did decide to do that abroad. Another thing is that I had been saving money since I was very young. I had a savings account in my bank, but I didn't have a lot before I started working. I had about $2,000, which was nowhere near what I needed. The 5-month program is about $9,500 something dollars, but I had a $400 discount since I had applied so early. So that was that. So I had just decided to get a part-time job in 10th grade. Yep, at the middle of my 10th grade, and I just worked crazy hours in 10th grade since I didn't have that many assignments. And then in my 11th grade, I had shifted between one job to another job that would pay me more, but I had less hours because my job was getting a little bit more, and I worked insane amount of hours during my summer. So mostly working summers is the best way to go. You can also ask your parents, you know, to pay them back. That's a pretty good way to do it. So my program didn't include the costs for the flights and textbooks, uniforms, all that jazz. So my parents paid for my flights. My flights were about $1,300. That includes to go and back. So that wasn't that bad. I paid an extra $200 for the insurance on the flights in case something happens, and all is good. So my parents paid for my flight. That was my Christmas present, and then textbooks, uniforms. Once I get over there, they will most likely pay for that as well. But I do not believe I will have to pay too much because I have normal feet size or average over there, so I don't need to get custom shoes, custom uniforms. I'm pretty good. They haven't said anything. They asked me for my size, and I told them, and they're like, okay, you're cool, it's good. But don't ever let your size stop you from going if it costs you a little bit more for a uniform. Like, a little uniform is not a big deal. But I'm very short, so that's why I'm happy that I'm not so tall and that things will be finally my height. So that was that. I had worked very hard, so you can do it. Don't ever let money tell you you can't do it. Then a couple little more things that were interesting to talk about are these cell phone laws over there. You can't get an actual cell phone plan unless somebody signs for you, so I'm not exactly sure what I'll do for my cell phone while I'm abroad, but I could probably get a data plan, or I live in Tokyo, or in the areas of Tokyo, so I'm pretty sure I'll have Wi-Fi a good amount. So that's that, or whatnot. I still haven't met who my host family was. I should be knowing in like the next couple of weeks because I have to start applying for my visa documents soon, which hasn't been done. But I'm really looking forward. Like, my exchange service must hate me so much right now because I keep emailing them like every week, like, hey, can I know who my host family is, or do you guys know who my host family is yet? And they're like, no, you'll know soon. So then the next week I'll ask them, did you get some more information? And then they'll be like, no, wait, some more. So I'm getting, because they told me in the new year, so I've been harassing them since January 1st. There's my Shiba wallpaper over there. But yeah, I'm praying to God that I have a host brother or a host sister, because that would be really cool. Another fun fact is that when you are exchanging whatever currency your country has, don't go for $2,000 bills. Apparently you have to like apologize when you hand a $2,000 bill because they're so rare in Japan, and only like foreign banks give them out when like changing currency the majority of the time. So one other of my Christmas presents was getting some yens. I got about $200 worth of Canadian dollars worth of yen. So about $200,000. I think I did that. $20,000 worth of yen. And I know it's not exact calculations, but so anyhow, they had to tell the bank like, hey, we don't want $2,000 bills, which is the equivalent of a $20 bill. The lady at the bank just wasn't getting it. Japanese friend who lives close to me, she brings me goodies and stuff that she makes homemade Japanese meals. I think something really interesting that she gave me, the girl who gave me the cookies from my first video, I went over to her house and her son wanted to snack, and then he's like, Mama, please give them to me. And she was like, okay, and she brought out this entire bag of like dried fishies. They were whole dried fishies with the eyes and the little bones and everything in it. And she's like, would you like to try? And I was like, okay. And they went in and it was actually pretty good, so I think I'll be alright. I tried dried squid, that was really good. I love fish. Number one rule is always eat and then ask what it is. I think that's what yeah, that's it. So, ta-da!